way, Sunshine.
Good gentlemen, boys and girls. I am the donut puncher, Baker Boy, and I'm joined tonight on visuals with my good friend, the nut maker, Almonds. How you going, Almonds?
Yeah, very good, Baker. Very good. Just having a bit of a muck around here. I'm very excited for what we're going to see tonight. I think there's going to be some really cracking racing here, and these guys always nice and clean around the track from what we normally see. So let's hope they keep that up.
Yeah, for sure. This is round 2. Well, it's round 8, but it's the second round of the Les Rawlings conveyancing Dash for Cash. So these guys are racing for sheep stations.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to what actually can come out of it. Like last week's racing, I know we missed to get the stream out there for everyone to see, but yeah, those guys, I know from watching a replay, they had a cracking battle all the way through the whole race, so really looking forward to see what they can do this time, for sure.
Yes, and we've got NJS 555, or Neil Diamond as we affectionately know him as. He's leading the point scorer after one round at Bathurst.
Well, it's credit to him. Like, he was very, very sick last week, leading up into the race, unless he was doing a bit of a DJ Swinger sort of trick and sandbagging along the way. But
lulling everyone into a false sense of security.
Well, it's a bit of a mind game, this racing thing that we do. It's always a bit of fun to go along the way. It's, hello, Mr.
Yep, so
Zuzu.
Hammy's just kicking off the qualifying now. Who are you going to jump on with for qualifying, Almonds?
Well,
anyone in particular for a lap?
I'm just trying to work it out myself as we're going, mate. It's been a while since I've done a bit of a bootleg stream, but I think we owe it to these guys to jump out there and have a crack. So I'm just trying to get the right option up there. And we definitely don't want to have it in chase cam, mate. We don't upset anyone, but
that'll upset me.
If you want, we can start up the very front now with Smurf, and we'll start running through the pack. You can lead off
through the drivers. Yep. Okay, so is that need to reset? There we go, Hammy's. So leading him round for the outlap of qualifying, we got Hammy graciously hosting for tonight as well. After him, we've got I See I'm Too Fast For You, a.k.a. Smurf.
And following him, we have Wrestler with a 3-second penalty.
He's done well there.
Must have got that coming out of the pits. And then we got our front of him now, just to stuff up the order while we read it through, so you can follow on with number 6.
Okay, so we got Packer, CS Packer. Then we have the streaming extraordinary himself, Black Sugar. He's found a bit of pace last season in the GT3 rounds of this season, so it'll be interesting to keep an eye on him.
Definitely. And following him, we've got his fellow Patriot Kiwi there in Kiwi Brito. He's actually done pretty well in Div 1 this season. He's jumped down here for this DFC stuff, but quite interesting to see how he goes.
Was he in Div 1?
Div 2, apologies. Sorry.
Yeah, yep. He had a very good finish to the season for Brett, I think, taking the win at the Enduro at Fuji, so he's diving into the pits for a fresh set of rubber.
Yeah, and up to you.
Sorry.
Yeah, after him we've got NJS in the field, followed by Soul Slayer. And I think that rounds out the pack because everyone else has jumped in the pits along the way and mucked around. I think Wrestler's in here.
Stuffed it up. Wrestler's in. He was away for the first round, so it's going to be a tough ask for him to get up and win some bacon, take home the bacon, but good on him for jumping in and racing this round.
Yep.
He'll be one to watch. He's rather quick too.
I'm just on with Hammy at the moment, mate, so we might just watch him finish off his race, his lap, and we'll see how he goes.
Yep. Oh, a bit wide there, but that does happen. Just a little bit of a secret. Hammy was the quickest in a practice lobby just earlier too, I believe.
Yeah, he's going all right. That's probably a fair point, Brutal. I probably got it on the wrong setting, Sunshine, so I'll just have a quick look. Display race info. There you go. Sorry about that, Brutal. I actually forgot to put up the race times, mate, so it makes it a bit hard for everyone at home to see what was going on. So,
they'll be right.
Yeah,
so won't be too worried about that once it kicks off, mate. That'll be on the edge of their seat watching the racing action.
Oh,
do you want to run through a lap with someone, or I'm just seeing who's finished?
We'll jump on with Wrestler, as you said. He could be pretty quick, so we'll just watch him. He's just gone through turn 3, I think it is.
It was turn 1, I think.
Yeah, it was turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 now. So.
Yeah, so you might bang it down to 4th, maybe to 3rd for this corner. Maybe, down to 2nd for rotation, then up to 3rd for acceleration out of it. This one up here is a tricky one to get right. It's a blind exit, so you got to get on there. He's ran a little bit wide there. He could have tucked it in a bit more. That's not going to help his lap time.
Yeah, patience is your friend when you come into that corner. You just really have to hold it and wait and get the acceleration out at the right time.
There is a couple of different lines you can take. That curb on the inside next to the wall, or you can brake late and accelerate through it. So there is a couple of options there.
Nice exit speed out of here, and here's your tricky one that goes.
Oh my God!
I don't know. Some people are just hitting the brakes. Oh, he's up by 0.402.
Yeah, he's dropped it down a gear, got it round there.
That's what I find easier to control the car if you do drop it back to 4th and then hit it back up into 5th. But
just gives you that bit of rotation, doesn't it, to get through?
Surely does. Interesting to see what time he gets going here. Viper's just a 150.008.
Neil's ducked into the pits to put some fresh tyres on. He's Souls with a 49.7.
That's cracking time. Well done, Souls. Oh, he's Wrestler just behind him too, with only by 0.036. So cracking follow-up time.
I'll tell you what, Armands, I don't know about the Group 4s as much. I imagine it would, but I know in the Group 3s, the wind direction and the wind speed makes a massive difference at this track on your braking markers, your turn-in points, and how the car handles the turn-in as well. So we've got it coming down the straight at 5 metres per second, so it's a fairly hefty tailwind down the front straight, so that would be contributing to these good times.
Yeah, well, Kiwi Bretto's just chucked it at 148.4.
48.4.
Excuse me. I don't know if I could even actually achieve that, mate. So he's actually having a cracking lap there. Maybe he's got
not even yourself, Armands.
No,
wow.
Not even
That's
hope, mate.
Saying something.
Not a hope, mate. With my whole 14 lap pucking practice last night. So.
I can sympathise with you there, Armands. I haven't seen a 48, that's for sure. He's really got a handle on this Group 4 WRX.
We've got Wrestler. He's up by 0.190 in the next sector, coming into the last sector. So we'll just watch him come through this last bit, see if he can improve his time. If he can get a nice clean run out of here. And I don't know about you, what you've found, mate, but I've also found that there's been a huge benefit of getting a draft here if you're smart enough. But you need to team up with the right person to make sure they don't slow you up in the race. So.
Okay, yep. I've never been quick enough to be behind anyone. 49.2.
Yeah.
So that's just jumped Wrestler just in front of Soul Slayer.
Yep.
Souls has ducked into the pits for some new boots.
Might stick with Neil for a sec and see what Neil can do for this next lap, because I know he's just gone in and put softs on. And he did do his pit, so now he's actually on his out lap. So we just might stick with Neil for the lap, because obviously being in the leaderboard at the moment, he's got a good chance of shaking up these times. All depends how much time he's had for practice too this week, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, well, if he goes quicker than a 48.4, I might get him to log in and race for me tonight.
Well, I think he probably could give you some tips at the minimum, that's for sure. Maybe not spin it, maybe that half a bottle of whiskey before you race probably didn't help last night. So.
No, that's not true. That's not true. It was bourbon, not whiskey.
Oh, sorry. Sour mash. It's all right. Either way, we don't condone drink driving unless you're
drink responsibly.
Unless you're in a sim, mate, go for it.
I wouldn't recommend it in a sim
or VR. What time's Neil going to get up here at this next sector?
Yeah, I don't know. He's I think he was slightly up on his. Yeah, he's half a second up on his previous time, and so it is going to jump him up.
A bit of a nudge, eh? Can he pick him?
See, brakes, pulls it up nicely for the last, sort of the last real corner of any sort of detail there, and gets a good run out of it.
Yeah, Packer's just jumped up at a 49.
Packer's into fourth.
Good exit out of there. This will be close.
48. Oh, 49.2 brings him up to third. My goodness, 0.05.
We might just jump down, final lap, because, Black Sugar's in the fence. Sorry, Sugar. Can't call us the problem. You were obviously in the fence before we got there. And he's going the wrong way. Is he confused tonight?
Well, that's not going to help his lap times at all, Armand.
He's
probably.
What are you doing, Mr. Sugar?
That's it. Qualifying's over. He may well have been thinking, "Gee, there's a lot of cars going the wrong way on the track." Maybe he didn't realise he was going the wrong way.
Well, I do know for sure that he's actually been building a big deck out there in New Zealand. So maybe he's fried his brain a little bit. Yeah, he had a huge deck, a big shiny one this week that he's building out the back of the house. So
geez, it'd be nice to go around and have a beer and sit on that big deck with him, wouldn't it?
Oh, mate, I'd love to sit on his big deck with him. It'd be great. It'd be fantastic along the way. But
I bet you he has the whole family sitting on that big deck.
I reckon it'd be a nice, relaxing night for him and his wife to be sitting out there. So it'll be lovely.
Now, should we talk about qualifying? Kiwi Bretto, he's smashed him.
He's a bit of a
nearly
dark
8/10.
horse.
Nearly 8/10 in front of Wrestler. That's incredible.
That's impressive,
it is. Our leader of the championship so far of the Dash for Cash he's qualified in third.
Yep.
So this one's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Souls has done well.
Well, Souls has actually improved out of sight this season. All credit to him. He's probably been putting a fair bit of time and effort. But
all right, they're about to kick off. Who are we jumping on with?
Well, we'll jump on with Neil, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So these things are four-wheel drive, of course. So you just hold it flat and drop it.
I'm just
not. Yeah, everyone get through the turn one. Okay. Well, fairly polite. Not too many incidences that I saw there.
No, just gave everyone an epileptic fit trying to flick through the field quickly, but sorry about that, guys.
That is fine.
Just might watch it in normal stream now.
As you were saying, this slip could really help Wrestler here behind Brett. He's not gonna let him run away. That's for sure.
Interesting one will be on how people look after tyres, mate.
Souls has moved up into third. Where'd he qualify?
Fourth. He started fourth.
Okay, so he's made a position on Neil there.
Yep.
Down into the heavy braking area here. Brett's gone defensive
got the
straight
right
off.
side. He's got the line for the next corner.
Side by side. This has been a well-planned overtake by a wrestler. He's set that up beautiful.
Oh, he's on the
Brett's
wrong
coming
side
back.
here.
No, they're going to get round there.
Oh, he's going to hit the wall on the first lap.
Just got it round.
There's a couple in the grass back there. Oh, that was a bit of a late dive there by Packer. But he gets inside of Neil there and he pushes him wide, so Neil's dropped another spot. You sure he's not got the hangover?
Well, that's going to shake the leaderboard up, isn't it? Neil's
definitely
deciding to give him a bit of a bumper here down the straight, I think.
I'll work with you, sunshine, he says. I'll work with you. Come on, let's do this.
And behind them, they've also got Viper. Now, I was in a practice lobby with Viperspang last night, and he had some pace about him too, so probably didn't get the qualifying done like he wanted to, but Neil's going to have to watch out. He's rapidly closing on Neil now.
Yeah, I think Neil will be in for a world of hurt if Viper's right behind him as he is, because he's actually really improved out of sight in these cars too. He's put a bit of time in through the week from what I understand.
Well, that's good.
And I see
someone who has been showing some good pace throughout the rest of the season in DFC's Black Sugar. He's back in 8th by quite 4 seconds behind Hammy, so unusual to see Sugar so far back of the field at this point.
Well, a little bit unusual, but let's see where the race ends. It's a long race and he's not too bad on tyres, so he might end up picking up a few spots later in the race.
He might have a master strategy that he's planning here.
Yeah, and just welcome Brutal and Euthrolic to the chat there. I see Euthrolic's dropped in there. Hope the UFC's been kind to you and you've had a very enjoyable Sunday afternoon, mate. So
business as usual for Straw, I imagine.
Yeah, had a good battle with him last week. And thank God for the UFC, that's all I can say, mate. Help me along the way. The wrestlers hold this lead.
And I got to say, look at Souls there in 3rd. He's just hanging right in behind him. He has, but he's
pulled out. That's fair racing. Race on, son. It's going to bring Souls later in it.
Wrestler.
You watch Souls into this, though.
Yeah, that's it. All this battling, trying to have a look there. He's allowing Soul Slayer to stay on the back here.
There's a bit of a
and CS Packer as well. So it's a four-way party, and Soul's got a good run on Brett. He's trying around the outside on this left-hander.
It's adventurous, isn't it? Adventurous at its best, mate.
It was, great. And that's given Packer a bit of a run on the inside here. So
who's going to have a dive? Sorry.
Oh, right. Well, it looks Packer's already made the move, so.
And Souls plays it smart, just follows the leader for a bit. Oh, who's that off? That's Bretto into the fence.
No, Bretto.
He's just got into the grass on the exit there, and he's got into the fence, mate. He's going to be spewing. So, and Black Sugar's going to come up behind him, and he's going to take the fellow Kiwi's title and say, "I'm sorry, son. I'm going to take that while you're a bit slower."
Now, I didn't see what happened there with Brett. Were you on board there to see what happened? Or?
We had the footage there at the time. I don't have replays. Apologies, guys. I haven't got a keyboard hooked up. But, he did get his wheels off into the grass. I don't know if he got a nudge or not, but definitely lost it in the grass. And it looked like by himself, but I may be wrong. But we'll let the stewards deal with that if they need to. But
and that's given Wrestler, he's a 1 second lead to CS Packer now. And that puts Souls back into 3rd. but he's got a charging Neil Diamond behind him as well at the moment. So with Viper right behind Neil Diamond as well in his baby blue and WRX.
Viper would be getting so frustrated, I must say. So no, I think he's got a bit more pace than Neil, to tell you the truth, and it's just about making that move clean. And some people break at totally different spots and make it very hard to get past. But
yeah, it certainly does. Interesting to note too that both Neil and Viper drive in VR.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could enjoy the experience, but I get vertigo without having one of those things on my head, mate. So I'm not going to try for that bit of fun.
That's fair enough too.
All Viper's up on the inside. It's a little bit of a touch, but I think is he going to race on with it? I think he has. Oh, who's going to actually get the drag here? Neil has pulled back. Yeah.
Viper's mate got it done, and Hammy, he's
yeah, look at this. That's actually now we'll see what real pace Viper's got, because bit of clean air in front.
Yeah, see if it can get onto the back of Soul Slayer now.
He's slowly closing, or not really closing the time down, but let's see what he can do up through the corners. It's not that easy to catch up on the straights, mate, if you didn't get the right exit speed.
Yeah, he has opened up a slight gap to Mr. Diamond as well, so...
Yep. Yeah, I dare say this will be an interesting lap. Will tell us a little bit what may go on down the track. I'm not showing tyres on screen, but you can obviously see all that. Could you run through the field and tell us if anyone's on any mediums, mate?
I will. And something to note too is that Packer's closed right up to the back of our leader, Wrestler, as well. So now Wrestler's running on softs.
Yep.
Packer is on softs.
Yep.
Souls is on softs. He's got a lot more wear than Packer too. Packer's tyres are probably the best of the front three.
He's a tyre
Viper's on softs. He's got very good tyre wear as well, Viper Spang. He's doing a good job of managing the tyres there. Neil's on softs. Again, not too bad. Hammy is the first medium runner, so Hammy's in sixth.
He's doing all right.
And I reckon, you'd have to think those mediums would be coming into the crossover point now and probably be quicker than the softs.
Look at his times. Sorry, if you look at Hammy's time, he's doing 150s pretty constantly. He had one last lap was a little bit slower. Obviously, had a bit of traffic to deal with. But yeah, no, he might go all right.
He's getting around there all right on those mediums. Kiwi Brett, he's on softs and he's been pushing hard. He's got the fastest lap at the moment, obviously a 49.3, which is a good, fairly cracking lap. He's got quite a bit of tyre wear on his softs. Sugar's on the softs, Owl's on the softs, and Smurf, or Too Fast For You, he is on the mediums as well. So we've only got two medium runners in the field at the moment. So, and even though started to come into effect there and catch up a bit.
Well, can definitely hold him in good stead, especially if he's got to change over to softs a bit later. Might have a bit of a fresher tyre for the second half of the race. So interesting to see if those guys can make a few spots, especially someone like Hammy. He chucks on, maybe let's say he does 10 and 6. Good chance that he'll be able to come home really strong. So.
Yeah, that's right. And with these guys reasonably close together in front of him, fighting, swapping position, he'll come out. He'll have some clear air when they pit, so he'll be able to get on with the job of getting some good consistent laps in. And like you said, Armands, he's going to have fresher tyres at the end. I don't know what the strat would be with mediums. I'm thinking maybe 10 on mediums.
Yeah, 10 and 6 I would. I'm not sure what's happened, but Neil's actually jumped back in front of Viper too. have a look here. Have a look at Viper's. Neil's last lap time was a 49.8. Viper's 49.8, so maybe he's just done it under. Yeah, I'm not sure where he's done it on
We'll
track.
see when they go across the line, see if Viper's had an issue. If 151 was Viper's last lap.
Versus 150.8, so yeah, so it was a full second there, so maybe he had a penalty, I'm not sure, but it'll make him earn it. He's a little bit wide in the dirt there, but one thing, these things are really good being four-wheel drive, that they're pretty forgiving when you do get out in that grassy stuff. And since
the gravel, yep.
Yeah, and since that update, it seems to be like you can pretty much just put your boot into these things, whatever angle you want, and they just hold on. It's not going to overpower the back end of the car on you too badly. Unless you drink too much bourbon the night before.
Well, that's right. I don't know if there's much change to the physics or the Group 4s, but definitely the Group 3s had a heap of power pulled out of them, so it has made them slightly easier to drive.
Yeah.
We got Packer is right on the bumper of Wrestler at the moment. These guys are really going hammer and tongs, and if they're doing a soft stints, which I imagine they would be, they're going to have very little tyres left. Wrestlers is slightly worse than Packers at the moment as well.
So it looks like they're both going to do 8.8, you reckon?
Possibly. Now, Stoles, he's got really low tyre wear on his front right.
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Souls duck into the pits this lap and maybe do a medium stint.
Neil's starting to get a run on him too.
Yep.
He surely is.
Yeah,
he called it.
Souls is into the pits. Who else went in there behind him? Viper's in as well.
Yeah.
So I dare say Viper will be doing a medium stint. Kiwi Bretto's in as well.
How long is the pit, mate? Do we know?
I have no idea. You have to do it once.
Just watch this time.
Kiwi Brett, he's got a fair bit more, couple of litres more fuel than everyone else too. So that'll help him jump up a little bit there as well.
Yeah, I reckon so. So who came out on medium?
Yeah,
Someone did the second car, I reckon.
Oh, Viper's inside Bretto. Ooh, saucy stuff. Okay, so Vipers, he's gone a soft stint again, so he's going to do 9 on softs.
He's excitable.
Yeah, Bretto's out on mediums. Soul as well is going to do 9 on softs.
That's very...
we got a yellow flag.
Oh, it's Owlett. It's Owlett.
Where is he?
He's got out of the way nicely. Thank you, Owlett. Keep cracking on, son, mate. Keep cracking on. And Spoke was kind enough just to put in the chat there, 38 seconds is the pit time. So that'll give him a bit of an idea. So where we got Packer and them? Packer's dropped off the back of Wrestler a bit.
No, I forgot about them. He certainly has. Which is surprising because he has got slightly better tyres than Wrestler. All those pit stops too. That's jumped Neil up into third,
yeah. As
they all should come in now.
Wrestler out to 2 seconds going into there. 4 litres.
Packer has got a little bit more fuel than him, so we'll have to see what happens then. And of course, Hammy on the mediums, he's inherited the lead.
And Sugar's come in with 35 litres left, so that'll be interesting to see where they all play out. Hammy's going to keep going. I honestly feel that he's going to do at least 9, but probably push to 10. And he's still consistent 150s, honestly, except there's only a couple 151s where and that's only slightly over the top of into the 151. So
yeah, and his mediums is the worst one, obviously, at this circuit. The front right isn't even halfway worn yet, so he's still just set a personal best first sector.
Spoke just put a comment in there. To be fair, I'm off my chops and have no idea what a pit loss time is. So
he's just pulled that out of his rectum, I'd say. Spoke. He never does let the truth get in the way of a good story or a good G-up, though.
Bit of creative thinking goes a long way in this league, mate. So.
That certainly does.
Yeah, never let the truth get in the way of a good story. So.
And as I said, Hammy, he's still on a personal best lap at the moment, only just, but this is 9 laps in. So.
Do you reckon he'll do the 10th? Do you want to put a bit of a Tombo bet on it or not?
No.
Did he ever pay up that bet or not?
No, he may have tried to at Bathurst, but who knows?
Yeah, anything happens.
Hammy's in the pits.
He's in.
Yep, so he's going to be doing 7 on softs. So now he's got a 20-second gap back to Smurf, who he was our other medium runner.
Yep. And Wrestler's right behind him. So this might become interesting, but let's see how close his 38 seconds really is. So.
Well, Smurf's going again. He's going for another lap. So he'll be doing 10 and 6.
Hammy's come out on softs.
Yeah, and that's dropped him back to 8th, so...
Mind you, it's only, put him 11.5 seconds behind. And what's Wrestler? Wrestler's 2.5, so he's only 8 seconds off Wrestler with 6 laps to do on a set of softs versus 8. So
8, yeah. So there will be some.
Well, it's good to do these streams a bit earlier. We can actually work out our strats when we've done no practice all bloody week. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah. The problem is though, Armands, I have a few refreshments before the stream to moisten the vocal cords and then I'm not much chop at racing. So
well, sometimes you need to learn the skill of pacing yourself.
A little bit of self-control.
Yes.
You think, yeah.
Not every weekend has to be a Bathurst Bourbon Bash, mate. You'll be
all
right.
Well, I'll Google that and see if it's something that I'd be keen on. Soul Slayer's in 4th there. He's somehow Vipers at some stage has got past Neil again.
Vipers going to be spewing. We missed it twice. So, let's stay on here. We reckon Smurf's going to go in the pit, or is he going again?
Oh, he'd have to, wouldn't he? Yep, he's in. Packer's not fallen off a long way. He hasn't got a lot of laps. Laps are coming down, obviously, which is what happens in a race. So he's going to have to try and figure out what he's going to do here. He did have better tyre wear at the end of that stint, the first stint, than Wrestler, but only slightly.
Yep.
Oh, we got
Neil having a bit of a interesting little, not a lunge, but just saying, mate, I'm still here. You want to leave that open? I'll come through.
I heard some screeching tyres. I'm not sure if Souls might have had a little bit of an issue into that left-hander, and that's backed Viperspang and Neil up behind him. I'll tell you what, a comeback drive. Brett is in 6th, and he's only 6 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, it's cracking.
So he is not out of this yet.
Neil's nearly got a bit of a nudge. That's how Bretto come into this. Mate, g'day sunshine. I'm going to come through here in a minute.
Well, Neil's actually got the fastest lap. He's done a 48.9, so...
Yeah, Div 1 pace for sure.
Yeah, that's right. He was deep in the slip of Viper there, but he's going to have Brett all over him by the end of this straight.
I reckon, and we've got Viper that's just jumping right on the back of Souls, even closer. He should nearly be able to do it here at the end of the straight. that close. You gotta push into it, mate.
Yes, he's pulled out. Is he going to? Bowles is a pretty good late breaker.
No one.
Viper has got it done. Very nice
move. Nice
move. Souls didn't try to fight it too much there. He could see he had the run on him with the slips, so credit to both drivers there.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And they're both trying to do 9 on softs, remember? So that puts Neil and Bretto in pretty good pace.
So that was both Souls and Viper 9 on softs, was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
They both come in together. So.
Yeah, Souls got fallout. Yeah, I don't know how he's going to go with his tyre wear there.
He might find he drops off
definitely. Out of all of them, Brett's definitely got the best tyres, so he's definitely not out of it. They're not catching the leaders though. They've lost about 2/10 to the leaders in that lap.
Tell me how far off is Hammy? He's just coming round on the screen there.
How far off the leaders?
No, off the back of Bretto, he's 3.6 seconds.
3.7 seconds at the moment.
And with good tyres?
They're not bad. Not quite as good as Bretto's.
Yeah, righto.
Which is interesting, seeing as how he was doing the medium soft stint. So obviously, I see. It looks like Bretto's on mediums.
Is he?
Well, unless it's a glitch, GT7 glitch, but geez, that doesn't. We don't have many glitches with GT7, that's for sure.
No,
but yeah,
no.
it looks like he's on the mediums, which makes the fact that he's doing mid 49s and low 49s. His last lap was a 150.1, catching up with. Neil's run wide.
And we had him on stream, so there was no touching there. That was just operator
error. Brett would be stoked with that. An easy pass there, a free car, free place. But anyway, yeah. So he's doing some good lap times on the mediums.
Yeah. Brett started on soft, boys. Brutal has told us.
Yeah, he definitely started on softs, but he's running the mediums now. So.
Yeah, you think with the damage at the start, it's interesting move, but I can't recall when he actually pitted, so he'll be right. But Viper's still not driving away from Souls. Souls keeping right up there with him, so quite interesting to see. Oh, who just hit the wall there? Was that Neil? Yeah, it was Neil. And Hammy's just got in front of him there. He hit the wall coming out of that chicane.
Oh, no, it's all coming undone for our Dash for Cash, Les Rawlings Dash for Cash leader at the moment.
He'll be mighty upset with that, I reckon.
He's carrying damage down the straight too, front bumper and right wheel damage, so that's not going to help his cause. But knowing Neil, he loves his racing, so he'll be ready to bring it on in the Group 3s in the next race.
For sure. I think the battle here is really in 3rd, 4th and 5th.
I think so. It's
crazy racing. Oh, Bretto, nice move up the inside there. He's putting Souls under all sorts of pressure. And come on, Souls. You've done enough races to know to ignore what he's doing, mate. Just do your own thing.
Yeah, well, I can't see Souls' tyres lasting. I mean, they've got a bit of a gap back to the guys behind him. Hammy, he's another 3.5 seconds behind, but
Bretto might go for the dive, I reckon, here.
Yeah, well, he's got
a little bit far back. Are you going for it?
Yes, he has.
I would have too.
Good awareness there from Souls. He left him the room and still got round. held onto his position.
You got to set it up here for the good run out of here, and you got next chances down the end of this straight, which Sol's got a bit in the grass.
Another look on the inside, and again Sol sees it and gives him space.
Good racing, Sol.
Beautiful awareness from Sols, but Sols will have the inside for this corner here too, so...
Yeah, but he'll be close enough to get the draft down this straight, and then if he can't get it done
certainly
here,
will.
might as well go back to Kiwi land, mate, because you're no point racing anymore. That one's an easy one to do. Oh, God, Sol's making him earn it.
He certainly is.
Well done.
He's got the position there, yep.
That's it, Sols. Oh, here we go. It's a little bit in the dirt. Sols is going to get the run back on him here. Get on that inside and make him earn this next corner, Sols. Serve it back to him.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Well, you don't do 680,000 races with wheel to wheel and not learn a thing or two. So, a great awareness and racing there shown by Sols.
Exactly right. So, we're just up here with Wrestler and Packer. Wrestler's up 1.6 seconds on Packer now, and I'm not sure about the tyres there, mate.
So Wrestler, they're pretty even on tyres. Neither of them look great. They'll definitely get this last lap out of them, but they're pretty even on tyres. Packer hasn't got any advantage there. Vipers now coming under fire from Brett, and again Vipers tyres aren't looking fantastic. He will get this lap out of him.
Viper's wide. He's going to hit that fence, and that's going to bring Sol into it. That's going to bring
Sol's back into it as well.
Sol, go you good thing.
Up back into fourth. Now, I know Sols was a little bit disappointed last week. There was no stream because apparently he did well, and he wanted to watch it. He'd watch it 10 times or something, I guess, if he did all right. So Sols will have a busy week watching the stream next 100%.
Week. Neil's gone a bit wide. Hammy's left him enough room though, but Hammy's got the next corner. So this is side by side coming into the next turn. Hammy will have the edge on him here. Neil's not going to give up. Neil's not the sort of bloke to just say, we'll just let you go, mate. It's not going to happen.
And I'll tell you what, Neil's tyres aren't that much worse than Hammy's either, considering that Hammy's done less laps on him, but... All right, so where we got?
Should we do the V8 supercar thing and try and get up to the front to watch them finish off their lap while everything else is happening behind?
Nah. Of course.
I'm up on Wrestler at the minute, mate.
Yep. It's only got that one really tricky corner to negotiate with worn tyres. He can afford to take it fairly easy through there. Doesn't have to push. He's got a gap. Gets around the corner there.
So in reality, though,
yep.
Obviously, Wrestler missed out racing last week, so he's going to find it hard to actually get up to win enough points to win the DFC. But he's definitely going to shake up some numbers. But I'll tell you what, it's going to shake up the leaderboards for sure. So well done, Wrestler. CS Packer with a great drive there in second, and Kiwi Bretto to get third out of that. Was he back in last at one stage? Yeah,
after that incident. So an amazing drive back to third for Kiwi Bretto. Sols with a fourth. He'll be happy with that. Hammy come home in fifth. Neil, he'd be thinking about missed opportunities there, coming home in sixth. He has got another race to go. Viper back in seventh, so probably
ran out of fuel towards the end too, so I'm not too sure there.
Okay, yep. Yeah, he had some really good pace through that race, so a little bit surprising to see Viper back in 7th. Black Sugar in 8th. Smurfs brought it home in 9, and Owlet Dad rounds out the field in 10th, so well done to everyone.
Definitely. I think Howard's Bakery Award goes to Kiwi.
Driver of the day with that drive. That was incredible to come through from the back, dealing with traffic. Whether he was on a different strat to the guys that come first and second as well. They were on a soft strat where he ran softs mediums. So, very interesting and a great drive to get back to third.
Yeah, no, definitely. Feel free to get all the way up to Northern Territory and claim your free 6-pack of donuts off Mr. Newhouse at Howard's Bakery.
Free?
Yeah, they'll be free, mate. I'm telling you. You're going to have a big car. No. If he's come all the way from New Zealand, surely you can give him a free 6-pack of donuts.
No, what we'll do is we'll charge him double for 3, double the price for 3 donuts, and he can have the next 3 donuts for nothing.
Oh, but, that works. Yeah.
Another interesting thing to point out here is that Neil, he has picked up the fastest lap for that race with a 48.9.
Which gives him an extra point.
In Dash for Cash, there is an extra point for fastest laps, so he'll be glad to have that.
100%. Look, I think Neil actually done a pretty good drive. A couple of mistakes, as we all know. As soon as you make a few mistakes, errors are going to creep into it, and it's going to cost you the race. So, but overall race time 29:57 is pretty good time, mate. Could be happy with that, consistent along the way. So, interesting.
That is a cracking. Race time, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. From what we were seeing, we had a little practice race last night. Cool to see what they can pull out.
Not remember.
You can't even remember racing with us last night, Baker?
Yes, I can. Just. All right, so they're kicking off the qualifying. Straight into it. Now they're jumping into the Group 3 NSX, so that's an MR car. It's a pretty fun little car around this track, I found.
Yeah, I actually found it since the update. It's actually a very drivable sort of car. You can set yourself up really well. I've found brake balance isn't doing too much for you. There's a little bit of saving there if you want to use it. But does limit a little bit of your turn, depends which way you go into it. But cracking looking car though. I really do like the car, and I like this livery on. I think Hammy's got a bit of a colour changer paint panel in the middle there.
Yeah, that's very effective, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a good thing to play with your eyes, mate, that's for sure. What's your suspicions for this one, mate? Who do you reckon's going to conquer the Group 3 car?
Do you think Bretto can back up his dominance in qualifying from race 1 in the Group 4? Has he got a handle on the Group 3? It's a little bit challenging for these guys too, going from the 4-wheel drive Group 4 to the MR Group 3, which is all part of the Dash for Cash, the Les Rawlings Conveyancing Dash for Cash experience. So yeah, we might find that I guess we'll see if he can back it up with it in a different car.
Yeah, I think it was just more luck, mate. I hope he can prove me wrong, but I'm just going to put down the luck to stir him up when he watches the stream back. So
I don't know if 0.8 of a second is luck, to be honest, but we're all allowed to have our opinions.
Just laughing at a comment there Spoke put there. Just that his eyes are a bit stuffy, and glad we pointed that out about his colour changing. I think that's what he was referring to for Hammy.
All right, so they're on their flying lap now. They've all completed their out lap. Hammy's leading the pack around. One of the advantages of being the host, you usually can get out of the pits first. for qualifying.
Yeah, see what the split is when he gets through this first split, and then we'll jump over to Bretto, see what the time difference is. 36.9. Bretto's 35.7. So,
wow.
Yeah, well, next split we'll jump from Bretto to Wrestler, and that might give us an idea if Wrestler's doing any good. So, Bretto's been a bit of a talent, a little bit of a quiet talent too this season. He hasn't been in everyone's face making a show about it. He's just quite achiever, I feel. So, shout out to Mr. Parrott that's not here today. He's actually over in Korea. Got a bit of a call
on holidays or work?
Oh, I honestly don't know. He just told me I got the next 2 weeks in Korea, bro, so I'm not going to be about. So.
Oh, hopefully that's
I think it is a holiday. So hopefully it's not a forced detention over there. He'd be in a bit of trouble. So,
and we forgot to look at the split too, but anyway.
Yeah, sorry, the thought was there, guys. Look at the split at the end of the lap.
Yep, so Hammy's going to come across the line. What's he done? 45.1, not bad. Bretto, 43.3.
Wrestler, not far off it.
Wrestlers, yeah. Neil's put in a 43.4.
Packer to the top.
43.2.
Nice time, mate, nice time. They're just warming up, I feel.
Yeah, I think we'll see these guys dipping into the 42s at least, maybe the mid-42s.
Now, do you think there'll be a bit of a tyre strategy going on in all this too?
Quite. Someone's just binned it.
Smurf's going to get it in the way of Packer, I think, at the way he's going here. Oh no, he's good man. Got out of the way for him. Hopefully it hasn't wrecked up Packer's lap there.
We've got Owlet Dad and Vipersfang were rejoining the track. I don't know if there was a bit of an incident there or not.
Yeah, well, Viper at the rear field with a 2-0. No, he's gone in the pits, has he?
Yeah, pretty sure Viper pitted first lap.
Yeah.
Got on some fresh tyres.
Yeah, so he's on an out lap now, so that'll be interesting. We'll let him do his thing, and we'll get back up the front. See if Packer's down on his time. Bretto seems to have caught right up to Hammy.
Yeah, so he'll be benefiting from the slip for Hammy too. I don't know if... I think where he's caught him, I don't know if Hammy's really held him up, so he's going to get that good benefit out of the slip, well, until Hammy goes into the pits. What's Bretto done? 43.3, so he has improved. Wrestler. Neil. Done a 42.9. So Neil's definitely loving these Group 3 NXSs around here.
That's showing on Neil. Come out after a bit of a, I'm sorry to say, a pretty dismal performance in your Group 4 car, mate, and you're showing them how to spear this one around the track. But I expect better from you, mate. Bring your head out of the cloud sunshine and get back to reality. You'll be fine.
Well, he's certainly doing that, isn't he? He is only 0.038 in front of Wrestler, though, so... but he's half a second up at the moment. So he's going to be looking at doing a mid-42 here.
Quali time is a 1:42.9, Spoke. Thanks for letting us know that you went to the toilet. That's great. And we had Brutal point out that it's a NSX, not a NXS that you've been saying, Baker. So,
well, I don't know, but I thought I was saying NSX, but...
You never know. Someone could be on some mushies. You could be, tripping out. You wouldn't know. So
you just never know with this crowd.
Do you reckon he got the time in them here? I reckon they're both getting out in the pits, to tell you the truth. We've watched this for nothing, but I wouldn't be surprised if they go in the pits.
I don't think Neil will, because he was definitely purple. So Bretto... yep, Neil has gone in the pits. Well, there you go.
So Wrestler's just got into a 42.5. and the quality time is 10 minutes. Spoke to called me a dick and said no. What was the quality time? So overall quality time is 10 minutes. So,
the length of it, yeah,
yes,
okay.
Yeah. Where's my mate Sugar got to?
Yeah.
What's the lap? He's about to go over the line. So he's just done his out lap and he's about to start a full lap.
Yeah.
We might stay on for a full lap and give old Shug some exposure time. So.
Yeah, so he's sitting in fifth at the moment, so he's really coming to terms with the XSN.
Yeah, the GTR goes really well here. But looking at that, Viper's 0.003 off Sugar's time, so it's only a 15th in there. Change it. Black Sugar's got a purple first sector. Yeah, you've just got to do the rest of the tracks, don't you?
I don't know why you sound so surprised, Almonds.
Wow. I thought he only had a big deck, but obviously he's got some talent in the car too tonight. So.
Yeah, you still got to know how to use it.
True.
So here he comes. We'll get a
fingers crossed
update on his in a second as he goes through the next split. He's not 228, so he is improving.
Oh, he's giving it to it. Keep going.
He's leaving nothing on the table, is he?
It's funny. Or the racetrack. There's probably not a table out there, but what are you going to do? Do you reckon that's affected his time too much?
No,
he's gone up a little bit faster.
He has gone slightly quicker, but not enough to jump him a position. See what Viper does, because Viper's always got good speed. So
I think he's actually too sure. Is he on a flyer or not?
No, he's had
an emotional moment during that lap.
He has got front bumper damage that just cleared. So disappointing qualifying session there for Viper.
Yeah, mate. Packer's in the chance. Where's he on track? No, he's not a chance to get across the line. But he is up 0.256. Purple in the first sector.
In the pink SNX.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much time is left for this Nissan to get around the track. So. Didn't make time. Well, results are there. Wrestler 142.524, cracking lap. Neil 142.9 in second, 143.148 in third for Kiwi Brito, and then Packer only 100ths of a second off with a 143.248. So from there, Sugar's respectable time there, just in 0.6, 0.7 from Viper.
Very good qualifying result from Sugar. We should be fairly happy with that.
Definitely, and like over the whole field, there's a couple of guys at the back. Like you could nearly say it's 1.5 seconds because the two guys up the back have had a couple of moments along the way. To be in 145s, it's a bit unnatural for them to be in that time. So, Steph goes here. Steph goes alive.
No,
that's great to see, mate. I hope you're racing tonight.
Who are we jumping on with?
No one, because I wasn't in the race. But we are now.
Maybe with Packer.
Well, we can get there.
Oh, what's happened there with Neil? He's got a terrible start. Did he jump the start a bit, or I'm not sure, but Neil's back to 6. It's back to 7th. Oh my goodness. So
that's kicking
got
himself.
Yeah, and we got Brett up into second, so he's had a cracking start.
Really has. Oh, Viper's wide there. Viper's out in the sand. So he's dropped a couple of spots back to 8th.
And our main man, Black Sugar, he's up into 4th.
Yeah, he's doing all right if he can keep it together. I better get out of chase cam before everyone goes off at me.
No, I'm not going to watch it. I won't watch the stream now.
Mate, it was for a whole 58 seconds. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so, here we go. Hammy's up on the inside of Sugar coming up here. Neil's coming up on the inside too and says, I'm taking 2 for 1.
Oh, and Hammy very loose on exit there.
And Brutal's given us his opinion. What a strange thing for him to give us an opinion about effing chase cam. So, yeah, gotta love it. Gotta love it.
There's no effing chase cam.
No, I know. He's
That's what we've been trying to tell you. There's no effing chase cam. Oh no, Sugar's hit the wall on the exit there.
For sure.
A wrestler's taken off to a 1 second lead now. Just running through the field. Hammy's on mediums. Right. Sitting in 4th.
And actually making some decent moves on mediums. Looks like there might be a bit of a move coming along here. Who's that? Smurf and Sugar and Viper's having a bit of a 3-way.
Yeah, Sugar had front bumper and right tyre damage all the way down the straight, so...
Don't worry, Souls won't be happy back there in 9th position, mate. He's going to make a few moves to say, well, look, Sunshine, I've been around for a long time. Well, I'm not going to just put up with that shit.
Souls is actually on the mediums as well, so despite being in 9th, that's...
Souls dived right up the inside of there.
He certainly did. That was a brilliant move on Sugar there, so Sugar's rapidly falling.
Oh no! I thought Sugar was trying to come wreck on the outside of him there, but no. I reckon Sugar might have a dive up here. Someone's going to end up in some terror here in a minute.
Our Dad's on the medium as well, so we've got a couple of different strats in this one.
Yeah, no,
it'll be interesting to see if people do the soft or a soft medium. I did find that the...
too wide through there. That's crazy. But they pulled it off. Sorry.
I did find that the SXN, the Honda SXN, is quite good on worn tyres. Could be helped by the latest update a little bit as well with that less power.
It could be.
Oh, can you get me one while you're there, Armans?
Well, mate.
Please.
First class was empty, so you've got to do the right thing and keep yourself hydrated. Like,
that's right.
Commentating's thirsty stuff. So, where are we? We're back up here with Neil's up back up to 4th.
Yeah, he's had starting to get back. He's only 3 seconds off the lead too, so it's not all over for Neil. Although he did just run a little bit wide on corner exit, but Packers closed the gap to Wrestler. Wrestler was out to over a second at one stage, I think, and Packers right up behind him again now. Packer holds the fastest lap too, of 42.8, so that would be the reason why he's got back on the back of Wrestler.
Yeah, I reckon that's really good. So Straw just put a message he's going to have a few gummy bears. He says he's out, but does that mean you're not going to race at all, Straw, or are you going to come back and enjoy it? I'd like to know. And Stefko and Broken Spoke seem to think that you were mentioning we should start on Hoare tyres.
On what tyres?
Hoare tyres, apparently. So,
Hoare tyres?
Hoare, yeah. So, I don't know, maybe they've got a few effects from their party on the weekend, those two. I'm not too sure what they're on about.
Yeah. I am speaking the King's English here, guys.
I'm sorry. That's great news. Straw said that he's out of gummies, so he's going to be just on the beers. He'll be racing for sure. So,
all right.
Packer's got some really good racecraft too. Like I really like these two going toe to toe. That they really know how to race together, eh? And they've been doing it for a while.
Packer's not really forcing the issue yet. He's using that slipstream, possibly trying to work. He'd know that Bretto showed some great speed in that first race, so the bigger the gap they can build up to Kiwi Bretto, the better, really.
Yeah, and also, like in that practice race last night, we soon seen what 10 or 11 litres of fuel makes as a difference at a gap. So if you're just fuel saving behind Wrestler and can keep up that time, why wouldn't you, mate? You know?
Yeah. The Wrestler and Packer are very much the same, pretty much exactly the same fuel. In fact, Packer's slightly less, so not a lot of fuel saving going on there, I don't think. Bretto is actually better on fuel than all of them.
Well, I was trying to build the suspense for the crowd, mate, but, obviously just wrecked it for everyone. So.
Oh, okay. Neil's on the right behind Kiwi Bretto.
And closing down quickly, like, see that draft. That draft's definitely working in his advantage there.
Yeah, well, they've got another tailwind down the front straight, these guys. Packer's done a 42. Packer's round. Slipped. Oh, no.
Oh, he's going to be so upset. It's all right, mate. Hold on. And that can be a real tricky corner, honestly. Come out, gas that one up a little bit too much. It's quite easy to turn around.
You know who won't be upset is Wrestler. Definitely he's got a 3-second lead now.
Well, now we've got Viper and Hammy going side by side. Hammy's just got the in front. Be interested to see what sort of strategy the Viper wants to play out in this one. Group 3 tyre wear's a little bit better than what that Group 4 car was, so should be just a pretty simple soft you would think. But, each their own on what they feel comfortable on.
Yeah, well, I did, in saying that too, again, Hammy's on the mediums.
Yeah.
And in 5th place. So Neil's up to 3rd now, with Packer's unfortunate demise at turn 1.
I think that gap's the same still.
Yeah,
it's capped out a little bit.
Yeah, I think it has a little bit.
But look at that, he started 0.7 behind. He's already down to 0.5 and he's only halfway down the straight. So maybe whether it's the draft or it's just a 10 times better exit speed than Bretto, but he's closed down nearly half a second down that straight.
Yeah. Yeah, so and Neil, he was back down to 7th or 8th off the start.
He's
so
going to make the dive up here. Oh, a bit of contact
he's going to make a move. Bretto gives him space.
Bretto says, I'm
that gives Bretto the inside for that corner.
Oh, no, Neil's tried to stay on the outside. Because he wants the corner for the next one.
He's got the inside for this one.
Well done.
He's set that up about 3 corners. And Bretto gets a little bit loose on entry.
See, you shouldn't use that comment, Baker. Like, you just call him the dopey brother-in-law, and that's not fair to him. He's a very smart man, like, honestly.
What?
I've heard you say it many times. It's okay. I'm joking.
Oh, dear.
I'm joking,
oh, dear. Oh, dear. No, I have actually said that a lot. No, I'd never say that about Neil. He's a very smart man. I can assure you.
No, he is.
And he's no slouch either. Up to 2nd now.
He's having a good drive this one, mate.
Yeah, he's making up for that. He has had a little bit of luck with people going off, but yeah, he's certainly got back. Well, where did he start? It was 2nd, so he's back to where he started in qualifying. So well done to Neil.
Do you reckon Bretto's going to get the draft down here? Well, this will tell you if it was exit speed or draft. I think Neil's just got the better exit speed there.
Yeah, Bretto sort of didn't really gain on him at the end that much there.
Exactly right, exactly right.
Yeah, what else we got going on?
Can he crack down under the wrestler's time? So, because wrestler was up by 5 seconds before, he's down to 4.6. So
yeah, well, wrestlers into the 43s now, and Neil's tyres are just slightly better. Neil's last lap was a 44, so yeah, he's not going to catch him that way, but.
Definitely interested to see what happens, mate. It's a long race.
That's right. Neil, out of the top 3 drivers, has probably got the best tyres. Vipers hasn't got bad tyres. What's happened to...
Viper was a bit squirrely there. So was Bretto.
Something's happened to Hammy too, because he's back in 9th now.
Missed that.
Yeah, and he was right up there on the mediums. He was battling with Viper at one stage, so yeah, that's unfortunate for Hammy. That's not going to work in his favour, obviously.
No, definitely not. And that one mistake by Packer cost him 10 seconds on that lap. So he punched out a 152 and a half, which is, look, head down, mate, keep racing. You're definitely making some inroads by the end of the race. We know what you're like, so...
Yeah, so his tyres are about the same as Viper's.
So what are we thinking, mate? Is it 9-lap pit to split the race in half, or...?
Well, that's what it looks like most of them are going to be doing. Surely you wouldn't bother, now they've come this far on the softs, you wouldn't bother running mediums now. Neil's getting very loose.
He is, isn't he? I think Bretto might take advantage of that if he keeps it up.
Yeah, well, they've got this long straight now, and Bretto's definitely in the slip there. We've got Hackers catching up to Viper as well.
Well, we might be lucky enough to get... None of them are making that move there.
And no one's catching Viper either too. He's Wrestler, he's out to a 5.3 second lead now.
Kiwi Bretto got a good run through that chicane, where Neil got a bit of a tardy run through there. That's actually going to help Bretto have a good drive down this straight. If he can get this drive, exit speed right, he should.
Yeah, he's right on the back bumper, isn't he?
He should be able to get this draft, but it looks like Neil's still pulling away from him.
Yeah, what's...
And Neil's got impressive. He must have a bit of a slower approach and get that foot into it a bit earlier, because he just pulls away from there.
I think what Bretto's got a lot more fuel than Neil, and he was in 6th gear a long time before Neil there.
Yep.
So he is saving fuel and can jump him in the pits.
Yeah, right.
It's much easier to overtake in the pits than on the track. So he's definitely going to come out in front of Neil there with the fuel that he's got on board.
Viper just had a moment and Packer's got in front of him. Don't know if there was a touch or not, but I just see him squiggle around in the background there, so that sorted that one out pretty bloody quick. So
now Sol's on the mediums, he's still lapping around in 6th there, and Smurf, too fast for you, he's in 7th. He's picked up a 1 second penalty from somewhere.
How do you do that on this track?
The only penalty I've got is if you go wide too early in braking into turn 1, how you go up on the ripple strip there. That was only a 0.5, so I'm not 100% sure where he's managed to get a 1 second penalty.
Well, that's impressive in itself, Smurf. You've done well.
Yeah, well, hopefully I won't find out how he's done that in my race either.
Hopefully you don't do a packer and spin it around either like last night.
Yep, so the leader's in the pits.
20 litres.
With an 8, he's got an 8-second lead over Neil.
Look at that, Kiwi
right, everyone's coming
30,
in. Yep,
33
litres. So he's
that's got to
he's
be
been
worth.
saving a lot of fuel.
That's really good, mate. Honestly.
Yeah, he'll come out in well, apart from the medium runners that have kept going, but that'll jump Neil easily. And it'll catch him up to Wrestler a little bit as well. Maybe get a couple of seconds back on Wrestler.
Zeus just said maybe his penalties are from flashing the lights all the time because Smurf is running around flashing his lights at everyone.
Now that is something that comes with driving. I'm pretty sure Smurf's on a controller. And sometimes when you're turning, depending on how you got your buttons mapped, that can flash the... Yeah. So that fuel saving by Kiwi Bretto has caught him up 4 seconds to Wrestler.
Yep, which is great. Makes the race, and look at that, that's dropped Neil back quite a long way.
Yeah, well, that's right. Not only has he gained on Wrestler, but Neil 5 seconds behind now. So,
bit of cleaner is always easier to race in, mate. That's for sure. So I'm sure he'll do quite well.
Yeah, now it'll be interesting to see how long these medium runners stay out for too.
Now, did everyone come back out on softs, or did someone come back out on mediums? I thought there was a medium runner that come back out.
I think running to lap 9, you'd it's like Packers on the mediums.
That's what I thought. I seen someone come back out in mediums.
Yeah, Soul Slayer's in. So he's going to do 8 on softs. That's a bit of a strange choice from Packer, unless he felt that the softs wore too much. It's certainly working for him because he's about to get past Neil. Neil's going defensive, so that leaves Packer to go around the outside. He's not going to get it done there. Oh, no. Well,
definitely tried. Tried.
This is all losing him time to Brett as well. Now he's out to a 6-second lead.
Packer's ran really wide there. That was lost a bit of time there to Neil.
It's an interesting decision by Packer to run the mediums.
I don't know if I actually would have done it, but then again, haven't jumped in and done enough practice really this week to understand. But if you've been in some heavy battling, if you've been in some heavy battling, you can understand chewing up way too much soft tyre early in the race. Potentially it gives you a little bit more to battle with a little bit later on if you're still about or thereabouts.
Now Smurf's on his... excuse me. Coming round to complete his 11th lap, so we'll see if he goes in the pits here.
Still flashing those lights.
No, looks like he's going again.
He's going no stopper, mate.
Well, he's just about out of fuel, so...
He's a bit squirrely. Wrestler will chew him up in the pits pretty quick, and his Wrestler's pushed out to 7.6 seconds to Bretto.
Yeah, it's a bit of a class act from Wrestler tonight, isn't it? He's certainly cleared out in this race.
Yeah, he's made a huge
bit closer in race 1, but
Neil's slowly bringing back that time to Bretto. It was 5.8, now he's down to 4.5, so see what he can do in the next 6 laps.
Yeah, well, Neil did a 43.6 last lap, whereas Bretto's was a 44.9. He's had a bit of a moment somewhere. So it's not over for Neil yet. There's still a lot of laps to, we're on 6 laps to go, at least 7 laps to go, really.
Yeah.
6.5. So yeah, anything can happen. Now surely Smurf's going to come in this lap.
He's got to, mate. Let's watch him.
I don't know if he'd do another lap on fuel.
He's just lost 3 seconds to Wrestler in that lap alone.
In that lap alone, yeah.
He's in, mate.
Yep, and into the pits.
3 litres left to fuel. It's Wrestler straight in front. Wrestler's out to 9.1 seconds. And Neil's back down to under 4 seconds now, so he's 3.9 on Bredo. So chance there, Neil can still sort of jump back in.
Wrestler's just done his quickest lap, a 42.4, whereas Bredo's done a 43.8.
That's crazy. And then Neil's done a 43 flat, so yeah, so that's where Neil's starting to make up a bit of time. Packers seems to be dropping off on Neil, so Neil's still having his bit of a drive for the day. Probably.
Yeah, well, Packers on those mediums, so probably won't see him make too many gains on Neil until another couple of laps, and when the tyre wear really starts to kick in, but.
We probably can't give Neil the Howard's Bakery drive of the day because he will turn up for some donuts, mate. So
he certainly will. Howard Springs Bakery. Neil loves a chocolate eclairs. Oh, and Brett's gone wide in that tricky left-hander. But yeah, Neil's quite fond of a chocolate eclair or a donut or two.
Nothing wrong with a chocolate eclair. The old favourite, I reckon.
Yep, and hopefully we'll see Neil not next Sunday, but the Sunday after at our car show. So we have a car show every month there. So
is that coffee and cars?
Coffee, cars, and donuts.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that, mate.
Yeah, so Neil's down to
2.3.
2.7. He's Redo's going to have to watch out here.
I reckon he's got it in him too. Neil's on a bit of a mission, I think. So
he's got slightly better tyres too, so he's conserving his tyres as well as closing the gap. Although it is back out to no, it's under 2 seconds now. So
Bredo 145.1 last lap plays Neil's 143, so he's obviously had a big cough up.
He hit the wall on that left-hander and that tricky left-hander on the last sector.
Yep.
But I mean, Wrestler's gone. He's nearly out to 12 seconds now. He's running consistently in the 42s. Well, not consistently, but his last 2 laps have been 42s, so...
Yeah, he's definitely in a league of his own up here with these lads, that's for sure. What is good is 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th onwards are all in contention for the DFC. So to be able to get all the points overall, I think Wrestler will probably struggle to be able to get enough points to get it overall. So, you know, these guys just have to not worry about the one race or anything like that. Just consistency through the whole thing. And
yeah, that's right. The order at the moment on the leaderboard is Neil's in first, Packers in second, Kiwi Bredo he's in third, and Souls is in fourth. So, yeah, it's the guys from second to fourth that are battling it out. So, Bredo's not looking too bad at the moment.
Yeah, I think Neil's got some strong spots, and then Bretto's got some strong spots, and I think it's just about who's going to actually crack under pressure, really, to get to the end. So.
Yeah, so he's still gaining on him a little bit, but nowhere near as what he was to start with.
This is like Packers 3.4 seconds back, and if you're going to see any improvement, he's got to start seeing the improvement now on those tyres. But honestly, feel that he may have made the wrong decision there to chuck on mediums. But
he may have hit the wrong tyre. I guess we may find out later in the week what happened there.
Yeah, sorry, Humper. I named the stream wrong, and this is actually Div 2. Div 1's on at 7:30, mate, and be streamed by Black Sugar shortly. Sorry, just got a question there, mate, in the stream.
Oh, figured that what might have been it. All right, so 3 laps to go. Nothing except for a catastrophic crash could stop Wrestler from here. He's led from start to finish, hasn't he? Our mate Wrestler.
Yeah, pretty much. He's had a cracking night, really. And look, honestly, this is probably an underutilised track, and should be used probably a bit more often. The flow of this track is actually really good.
It does have a reverse option as well.
Yeah. And always find competitive racing here, that's for sure. So
we just got Owlet Dad being shown the blue flags. He's moving over and letting the guys through. Well done, Al. He's a class racer, Owlet Dad, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, he's one of those blokes out there just keeps on tolling around there, and mate, you can have some good battles with him some nights, and other nights he's just a little bit out of his depth, but he's always respectful on track, which is always much appreciated.
Yeah, and don't forget too that with the 2 divisions for Dash for Cash, this will be the first time he's racing in Div 2, so do have some pretty quick guys in there that he's racing against.
Yeah, definitely. So. But Wrestler's on a class of his own. Viper's finally, he's just up in front of Soul Slayer just at the moment. Soul's struggling to try and break that gap. They're coming up on Owlet Dad, so I'm sure Owlet will jump out of the way again, but it's actually hard when you're a back marker sometimes and where's the right spot. He's just taking it to the extreme. I thought he actually went into the pit.
He's doing a fantastic job so far.
Hats off to you, buddy. Up down past, what have we got? Smurf. He's cracking on in 7th position, still flashing his lights at everyone.
He doesn't love being flashed by Smurf, though.
Oh, it's actually stimulating experience, that's for sure. And then old Shug's up the back there, probably wishing that he didn't play with his big deck all week and put a bit more practice time in, but he'll be right, mate.
Yeah, he was doing all right, but still, again, he's in pretty good company here, so eighth is nothing to sneeze at.
He's doing quite well.
Phew! And meanwhile, Neil is still chipping away at this gap to Bretto. This is going to come right down to the wire, I feel, with these two.
Down to 1.2. If he can break under the second, I think you'll
start picking up that slip a little bit more. He probably will be getting a little bit of slip at the moment. Now, interesting that the wind direction has changed a little bit too. So they've almost got a slight headwind. It's more of a crosswind, but it's a headwind coming down the front straight. So that'll be affecting their speed down the straight and might give Neil a little bit more benefit out of the slipstream.
Yeah. So we're on the last lap, so he ain't got much time to do it.
Bretto's gone wide.
Here comes Neil.
Yeah, Neil's
Says, I'll have you now,
Got
sunshine.
the run, and Bretto will have dirty tyres too leading into this. It's not an easy left.
Maybe Kiwi Bretto's seen that Apex had joined in the chat and he was trying to do one for New Zealand, but it just didn't quite work.
The pressure got to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have to see where Neil can...
Apex, of course, a multiple Div 1 wheel-to-wheel champion.
It'd be interesting to see old SVG here, aka Neil 555, will definitely put his elbows out on this last lap.
Yeah, and Bretto's...
He's not silly, he's going to come across here.
Oh, yep, no.
Hold the spot nicely.
Bretto's going to say, defensive there. It's not over yet, is it?
Not over. He can do it.
Meanwhile, Wrestlers come round onto the straight. He's 14 seconds ahead, so...
Sorry, Wrestler, we're not watching you cross the line. We want to watch this. Bretto's a bit sideways.
Yeah, Neil's out to a 0.8 now, so... all right, so Wrestler. Is that 2 from 2 for Wrestler?
2 from 2. Great drive, Wrestler.
Good effort. Dominant performance in race 2 in the NSX.
Neil, very, what do we call it? We've got to give him the Howard Springs Bakery driver of the day, don't we, for a comeback in this race?
Of that race, yeah.
This race, for sure.
That was incredible because he dropped down to about 7th or 8th off the start there, so to come back to 2nd, good result for Neil there.
Yep,
Kiwi Bretto 3rd. He's done really well to do that, so that'll help him get some solid points on the board. Packer in 4th. Unfortunately, had that spin, but he did manage to get back some positions back up to 4th. Viper in 5th. I don't know.
He could have gone.
Consistent.
Yeah.
Souls in 6th, so well done to Souls. Smurf in 7th. Good result there. Sugar 8th. Hammy 9th. And then Owlett is doing doughies on the straight.
He's trying to get to the If anyone can get away with it, we'll let Owlett do it, mate.
I'm not sure that was actually intentional, but well done to Owlett too. Some great driving and some great awareness there, letting the front runners through. So well done to Wrestler.
Definitely, and good time too, 31:38. Similar to
that
those 31.4s that the other teams have been doing this week. So, it just goes to show he can actually pull them out of the bag when he gets going. But great drive by Neil, Kiwi, and all the other guys that are actually been in the div. But next week, round 9.
This is going to be a cracker. Yeah,
hour and a half.
In the Group 3, there's a few Group 3s to choose from, so check out the DFC terms and conditions to see which cars you can get. This update's might change a few people's minds on which car they're going to go to.
Yeah, look, there's an easy way to do that, guys, just to put a livery for everything in and then just choose on the night just so you can keep everyone in suspense on which car you really get a job in. Yeah, for sure.
Like you did for the Group 3s, you put in 48 different liveries for the Group 3s so you could pick at the last moment.
That's exactly right. You never knew what was going to happen. So, but
that will be a good round. There's going to be a bit of moistness around as well, and it's an hour and a half race roughly. It's an endurance race, so still wide open, isn't it?
Oh, it definitely is. And after tonight's performances, there's got to be a nice little mix-up on this leaderboard and a lot closer than what we think. Packer there picking out the fastest lap, so he'll get the extra point.
The extra
for this
point
race
there,
as well. So,
yep.
All these little things add up to be a really close battle that's going to come along for the final round next week. So, thank you, Baker, once again for an awesome stream. Appreciate
Thank you, Armand. No, it was good to get back into it. Is this the first stream we've done together?
No, me, you, and Tombo done one together.
We did.
We finally we mashed it all up back in the day. But first one definitely just me and you.
My memory's not what it used to be, so.
No, I understand that, mate. But it's definitely appreciated you putting your time and effort in here. And shout out to Hammy to the bone. Been
hostess
great
with the
host.
mostest.
Great host every week, mate. Puts his hands up. A couple of guys out there that know who they are, that have been doing a lot in the background. So, thanks to one and all. We'll leave it there, and Black Sugar will have a stream up at 7:30 for the Div 1 race, guys. So feel free to
good
jump
luck in that, Almonds.
Yeah, likewise, mate. Try not to push me off
too much, though.
Yeah, we'll see how we go.
Too easy. Thank you, Almonds.
Take care, guys. All the best.